Good evening, guys. So I'm picking up from where I left off. Again, I'm playing Vaxton. On the Bonemire, I am on the island that is specifically called the Shattered Weir. So the quest that I picked up here is Blazing Spindles, where it has me collect scattered airship parts. So that's going to be kind of all across the island. And then I have geologic studies, so I essentially have to fight the basilisks, nocturnal hunters, and the earthen manifestation rock creatures that you saw kind of walking around. So those are the three that I picked up for this. Two. Third one that I picked up is called Breaking Through the Weir. So that one, again, killing some basilisks and looking for scouts. So again, gnomes that are going to be laying on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is the fun one. Pretty much right off this ledge is a gnome that gives a quest. So the easiest way I've found without like falling off the island and dying essentially is to walk off backwards, and then once you drop, kind of get as close to the wall as possible. So that way you can go ahead and pick up this quest. Now, essentially, he gives you items, and it gives you kind of where you need to target. So you have to equip the bow he gives you, plus the ammunition, which happened to just go into my quiver. So on my characters who don't normally use bow and arrows, I have to kind of equip it and then use my ranged attack to actually attack the target itself. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put my other bow back. It's a possibility I probably didn't need to use the one that was given, but you know, might as well stick with the quest items. Alright, and we're going to pretty much turn it in. He gives you another quest where I have to search for sort of like bones on the ground, which is going to be helpful because I'm going to be looking for those airship pieces. So this loose dragon vertebra, that's what I need for the quest that he just gave me. So go ahead and pick that one up. And still need nocturnal hunters, so I'm going to go ahead and fight this one. So with the scattered airship parts, there are piles on the ground. They are literally always in the same place, so it's not like they move. And I always manage to forget where they're all located. So they're only on this side of Shattered Weir. It's just trying to locate them and kind of try and avoid creatures at the same time. Doesn't always work out that way. Alright, so I just need 2 more airship parts, and hopefully I can find them quickly. Again, it's can't always remember where they're located, so what helps is kind of hovering over piles that I come across. If it's not selectable, then obviously I've already grabbed that particular piece. It's always nice when you can complete a couple of collections. I managed to do that on a couple of characters already. Pretty much the same collection quest that I've been completing. Okay, so just as an update on the quest, I'm still looking for 2 more vertebrae. I got to go back and look for the last couple of airship parts that I need. And then I'm missing 1 large bone. So I know I've done that one and that one. I think it's this one over here is the one that I was missing. Let me get that update. Alright, so I just need 1 more vertebra, and I need to find the 2 airship parts that I'm missing. So it makes it kind of, once I find that last vertebra, it's going to kind of cut down the shaded area to a much smaller region, so that way I can kind of focus on that spot for those airship parts. And that's what happens when you hit the wrong button. I meant to jump instead of hitting the M button for the map. So unfortunately, I can do one of 2 things. Either die gracefully by falling off the cliff, or just using escape, and that should take me back to the Dread Never crash site. And I'll just fly back to the Shattered Weir. Either way, if I had just dropped down, I would have ended up in the same spot as well. Alright, let's try it again. Jump. Literally, as soon as I kill one basilisk, one decides to like just pop up. Okay, so it looks like I already grabbed this pile. So I'm just kind of working methodically around, seeing which piles I've missed. Pick up this page for collection. Oh, there's one. Alright, so just need one more. Go ahead and kind of work my way around. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to kill some creatures to look for that last part that I need. And I found my last part. Okay, and so that just leaves me to find one last vertebrae to turn in as well. Bingo. Bad part is you know, having to turn in this quest, I have to pretty much drop down again, because he kind of like spawns back to his original position. So it's kind of like the tricky part. When I first was doing the quest, I was playing my my necromancer, and I was like, man, how do I get down there? You know, is there like a ramp that I'm missing and I just can't see? No, literally, I looked it up. You have to drop down to get to him. There's like no easy way about it. Alright, so turned in that quest, and pretty much in order to get back up, because you can't really use the bows anymore because that got turned in, but he does tell you that this rock over here does allow you to go back up, so it's kind of like a foothold. However, I've literally scared myself each time trying to get to that thing, where I feel like I'm about to like drop off when I try to go towards it, like far enough for me to actually click on it. Luckily, I have not fallen. I've been managed to kind of get like stay on that ledge to use that rock. Okay, I also wrapped up the rest of my quests as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those in. I'm going to just kind of jump over there just to make things a little bit easier so I don't have to like run. Again, this mount is like perfect.
Hello.
So you can also get flying mounts in this game. One of my characters does have a flying mount. I don't really like the mechanics of a flying mount in EverQuest compared to the mechanics that a flying mount would have in World of Warcraft. It's a little different, not my favorite to use, so you'll probably be seeing me use a lot of ground type mounts for my characters. Okay, so turned in all my quests, picked up a few more. So I got to report back to Captain Dreadnever at the Dreadnever site. I also need to collect crystal growths from the earthen manifestations, which again are those rock creatures. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock out the 8 creatures that I need to fight so I can turn it in, because I do want to be done with the Shattered Weir. Don't know why I keep picking up these crystals. I don't know what they're used for, and you could only have one of each type. So I just find those as kind of just like things that are going to take up space for items that I really am going to need down the road. Since I'm going to be fighting quite a bit, very unlikely for me to come across any merchants to sell stuff. Go ahead and kill this named bat. I want to go ahead and get the treasure that I'll get from this guy. So as far as it goes with the Bonemire creature catalog, I think nope, looks like there are no creatures on this except for that Nocturnal Hunter that I got earlier. So I don't even need to update anything for that quest on the Shattered Weir. So once I get my last 4 manifestations, I'm gonna book it out of this place and move on to the next island. nice is a lot of these creatures respawn pretty quickly, so it's not going to take me long to try and track down the last two, well, one now, that I'll need. Trying not to go too far, so I'm just giving some time for maybe the creature to spawn on this side. Looks like there was one off there in the distance. I'm going to grab this shiny and go after my last rock creature that I'll need. Nope, I guess I was just seeing things. Suppose I'll go ahead and gather some resources that I'm going to need while I'm waiting for a response. And I was here talking about quick respawns. At this rate, I'll probably finish a collection before one actually respawns for me to fight. Oh, here we go. Alright, go ahead and turn in that quest.
Well met.
Alright, so that wraps up all the quests on the Shattered Weir, so I'm going to go ahead and fly back over to the Dread Never Crash site to turn in the quest that I need to do there. And then that will, of course, unlock the other 3 islands for me, so I'll be able to start those quests as well. take a quick flight to Halls of Fate. For the catalog creature quest of the Bonemire, I think the Cloud Keeper that I need to update is on the Halls of Fate, I believe, and if so, I'll go ahead and get that updated, so that way the remaining creatures will just be found on the other 3 islands that I'll be visiting. Or I could be wrong. There looks like is no one here, so we're going to go back to the Dread Never Crash site, because it looks like I actually have to finish a quick task to help, which is killing those ungodful drones, beetles that I hate. Killing more stalkers, defenders, screamers. Pretty much I just gotta kill 7 Rabisak. And I believe once that quest is actually finished, then it actually unlocks the other 3 islands. So let's go ahead and knock that quest out. Again, doing some jumping so I can kind of cover more ground to get to where I need to go. Want to try and get as many creatures as possible and do my smoke bomb. Hopefully it will take care of a majority of the creatures I just pulled to myself. Looks like I picked up some more Rabisak parts for the Lore and Legend. Since I already technically got that completed, any extra parts that I come across are just going to be moved down to my next character. Haven't quite decided who I'm going to play next. Definitely going to be a warrior class. It could either be my Guardian or my Berserker. Of course, I could always take a break and just work on my lower level characters. So I unlocked the Beast Lord. So I've got a Beast Lord that I'm working on. Big fan of Drittsturden, which is from the R.A. Salvatore books, you know, the Legend of Drittsturden, pretty much. So I made a Dark Elf assassin male, called him Driz, so that way I can kind of get away with the name. Dark Elves start in the evil city or on the evil side. So at a certain level, which I believe was level 10, you can start what's called kind of like change of citizenship. It allows you to pretty much change from good or to evil, evil to good. So if you wanted to have a good race be, you know, an evil class character, you just do that citizen's quest. So I started that. They changed it from how it was a long time ago. So when my Dark Elf Fury first went through it, all I had to do was kill 1,000 gnolls and then a couple of the named gnolls, so special ones that I had to look for. And then there was a few other things you had to do as well, and then pretty much once you got that done, boom, you're allowed in the good cities, you're a good character. So in this case, pretty much you're doing quests. You have to kind of gain faction. So I spent about a week working on that, and got the necessary faction that I needed to actually then transition over to the good city. So once I could transition to the city, had me do some more quests to gain more factions. So definitely took me a couple of days to do so, but essentially once that was done, I got the choice of either transitioning to a ranger from an assassin, or I could have stayed an assassin. Well, in the books, he's
Greetings.
technically a ranger, so I went ahead and made Dritz a ranger. He's in his 20s right now, so you might see some videos later on of me playing him. I'm just kind of working on some of those lore quests. Again, I've got a beast lore that I pretty much started out, so I'll probably record some of that as well. I don't want to kind of bore you with a lot of the characters that are going from level 60 to 70 because, again, fighting in the same areas that can kind of get kind of boring from time to time. So just kind of make the videos a little different each time. So I finished up, turned in the quest, provided me another quest called the Hunt for Friendship. So with this one, I have to kill more Doomwing Legion creatures, and then I have to kind of look at a couple other things as well. So let's go ahead and knock that quest out as quickly as possible. As you may notice, I like to ramble a lot, so please do excuse kind of my rambling sometimes.
Hello.
Alright, so I just turned in that quest and I'm getting what's called quick retrieval. So I investigate the last known location of the other dig team. So again, it's literally going to the complete opposite side of this island. So this is where I'm going to start to kind of jump to get there quicker, kind of go over, a lot more land by jumping and sailing through the air. See if I can manage to get it. Fortunately, that's a big no, so I guess I'll go ahead and fight all the creatures that I decided to pull in with me. Alright, heading back to the Dread Never Crash site to turn in the quest. Again, one of my favorite mounts.
Greetings. Howdy do. Nice to see ya. Greetings.
Okay, so now I finally am able to go to the other 3 islands. So at first I only had Dread Never Crash Site, Hall of Fate, and Shattered Weir. I now can go to the Isle of Ravisac, Kakatossic, Stain, and Carrion Briar, excuse me. So in this case, with the report to Digley, I have to go to the Isle of Ravisac. So once I land there, probably going to go ahead and wrap up, coming to about 45 minutes. Well, actually 47 minutes. I apparently couldn't see the timer very well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. You know, I know that with the previous video, you've seen me do the quests here on the Isle of Ravisac as well as the other 2 islands. So I'm not going to really bore you with the details. Level 66, so most likely, again, by the time I'm done with the Bonemire, I should be level 67. Thank you again for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I know sometimes it can kind of be boring just to kind of watch people do just quests, especially if it's the same quest over again. But I appreciate that you enjoyed watching me play Vaxton, my assassin.